Okay, so we're actually in game today because we're going to be looking at the Warcraft Reborn Elite War Chest. The reason I want to take a look at this and whether or not it's worth it is because on this server, Vanity Sinks are 60 donator points. And if you're a veteran Ascension player like myself, man, you need that Vanity Sink because I have so much stuff tied into my Vanity collection that I need or want on here. So the Vanity Sink is 60. This version of the chest is only 100 DP, so it's only 40 DP more, which is like an extra 15 bucks if you were to donate for it. And there's a 200 DP variant, but from that, what I gathered is there's just like extra Bazaar tokens, extra specialization slots, extra riding tomes. There's nothing really different. You kind of just get duplicates of what's already in this one. So we're going to open it. Did some of it just get mailed to me? I think a lot of it just got mailed to me. This is the main thing I wanted, dude. Oh, damn, dude. Yeah, a lot of it did get mailed to me. Dude, the main thing I wanted, the Jaina's Dimensional Pockets. They're bound to Realm. Can I even put them on, or is it going to tell me the bag is full? Oh, dude, that sucks. The Jaina Dimensional Pockets, dude. These are 30 slot bags, which obviously blow the 10 slot bags out of the water. I'm going to try and clean this up so we can like actually dive into what's in here. Okay, so wait, so something I've already noticed is these are binds to Realm, not bound to Realm. So you can actually sell these or trade these. And I'm assuming since it's vanilla and this is a 30 slot bag, if you sit on these for a few months, they're going to be worth several hundred gold. Not me, I'm going to use them. Hey guys, look at my inventory. It's going to bring a tear to my eye. This, I mean, I'm such a hoarder and I'm a prop pally, so I like farm lots of mobs. I pull lots of mobs at once, and you know when you're out there questing and you got quest items and just great items and world forged items, I feel like this alone was almost worth it. Almost, not quite, but almost worth it. It's comedically large. Like I turned the scaling down to 90% and I like added more columns just to try to like make it fit my screen better. So this part's actually kind of important information. The first thing I would do is use your Vanity Sink, because with this chest, you get things like a Stone of Retreat to Stormwind, a Stone of Retreat to Orgrimmar. Now that I used my Vanity Sink, you can see it says I already know these ones, and they're bind when used. Same with the feather. Wait, well, I think I have the feather. I'll have to check. I do already have the feather of the Ancients for Azeroth. So this is important because if you don't have this stuff, just go ahead and use it. These two Hearthstones are extremely good to have, especially on a server like this, because when you're out leveling, you can set your Hearthstone wherever you are questing. If you're questing in Duskwood, set it to Duskwood. If you're questing in the Crossroads or Stone Talon, set your Hearthstone there, and then you still have a 30-minute Hearthstone to whatever capital city you are at or want to be at. The Feather of the Ancients. This unlocks every flight path, which I'll show you guys real quick. Like I said earlier, I already have it, so instead of using this one, I'm just going to go to my Vanity tab and deliver the one I already have to my character. So here's the one that you can actually use. As you can see here, I have quite a few flight paths already, and just like that, I now have every flight path on both continents. But back to my main point about using the Vanity Sink first. As you can see, I just got all of my flight paths without having to use this, and it's bind when used. Same with the Hearthstone, same with a lot of the stuff that you get. And what that means now is I can go sell these on the auction house to people that don't have them. So that's one of the big upsides of Ascension WoW, is if you don't have these Stones of Retreat and if you don't have this Ancient Feather thing, you don't have to get this war chest. You don't have to donate to get it. You can just save up your gold and buy it from people like me on the auction house, right? So I think that's a very cool system. But if you do get it, like right now, they're going for 10 gold. It's not a whole lot of gold, but I mean, this early into the release of the server and it being a fresh economy, I mean, that is kind of a lot of gold. The Stones of Retreat go for a lot cheaper, but I feel like that's because a lot of people have these already. Here you can see it came with 560 Bazaar tokens. You can go into your auction house in your capital city and talk to Taraxis, and you can browse the Bazaar, and then you can already see we have enough to buy something if we want something. This shop does rotate, by the way, I believe every so often, so if there's nothing in here you like right now, you can just sit on your Bazaar tokens and wait until you get something in here that you want. right? Like this is 700 too. And the cool part about Bazaar tokens is you don't have to donate for these either. That's actually pretty sick. I've always liked that mog. You don't have to donate for these either. You can come here and you can straight up buy Bazaar tokens from other players. And you know what that means? If you don't want yours, you can sell them. So this dude's selling 10 of them for 3 gold, 50 silver. They're going for about 35 silver each right now. So 560 of these times 35 silver, that would be insane. It looks like if I did the math right, which I'm pretty sure I did. Actually, I might not have even... Yeah, no, I did the math right, I think. So, I have about 196 gold worth of Bazaar tokens right now. The next thing we'll go over is the Ornate Bank Voucher. This item unlocks all your standard bank bag slots. So, as you can see, I have a bunch of them that are red. But once I use this, you also get the Safe Deposit Achievement. And I come back in here, these are all unlocked. So, I can have the maximum amount of bags equipped in my bank now. The next thing I want to talk about is the personal bank. I actually don't have one of these yet in my Vanity, so I'm going to use the personal bank so I can unlock it. And then it says you have to relog to load your personal bank. Okay, so I just relogged. Oh yeah, and there we go. Now I can summon my personal bank, and what that allows you to do is access your guild bank from anywhere. Ah, okay, see I was confused because it's called the personal bank, but it said guild bank when I opened it, but it's actually not your guild bank. I checked mine and there's things in my guild bank. This is not my guild's guild bank. It's Magni's guild bank, which is just me. It's your own personal bank space, which I thought would be tied to your actual bank. That's why I was confused when my items weren't in here. But no, it's just your own new, like, personal extra bank space. And then when you use that personal bank voucher, it unlocks a second tab inside of here. So now I have 2 tabs. So like I can put this in this tab, and then in this tab it's still completely empty. So you get a ton of extra bank space with this, which is also like really valuable if you ask me. Just the fact that like every 10 minutes you can drop this anywhere and just start banking things. Like if you're out mining or doing herb runs or AoE farming and you have a ton of loot you want to save, you can just drop this every 10 minutes and put like hundreds of items in here. Combine that with the fact that the 430 slotters is 120 bag space. I mean, I'll literally never, ever, ever run out of bank space or bag space. Next up, we have the 2 riding tomes. This one you can't use till 30. This one you can use at level 10. And then if you come here to your skills, we all get the 40% mount speed at level 6 for free. But that's 50 riding. This says it gives you 75 riding. So we're going to use that. And now I have 100 riding, even though it said 75, which I believe means I can actually mount my other mounts. And you can see from the Vanity sync, all my mounts from other servers have been transferred over now. But let's just grab one of these real quick. I want to see if it's 60% or 40. It's 60%. So you also get 60% ground speed for free. And that's super sick because there's no way I should be able to afford it at level 25 unless they made it a lot cheaper, which I'm not sure if they have. This person's 31 and they have their 60%. So maybe it's cheaper to get, or maybe a lot of people just have gotten this war chest. Either way, I'm super happy with getting 60% mount speed for free. Obviously, when I say free too, I mean free of gold. I didn't pay any gold for it. Next up, we're going to take a look at the Tome of Specializations. If you've played Area 52 or Elune, these are literally mandatory if you want to have multiple builds to play. On here, they still have a ton of value because I feel like these are actually just going to be dual spec. So let me figure out how to get there. Here we go, specs, right? So here's my active specialization 1, and you can see I've been going down the protection tree. But if I were to activate my specialization 2, you would see not only do I get the dual talent specialization achievement, my action bars are different, all of my talents have been reset. So if I want specialization 2 to be holy, I can go holy, or ret, I can go ret. And then just as easily, you can swap right back into your specialization 1, where all my action bars come back to what they were, and all of my talents go back to protection. So yeah, it's basically just dual spec for free, which is awesome. Big thing on Ascension WoW are your Mystic enchants, right? So if you switch from your Prot Spec 1 to your Holy Spec 2, but you still have your Prot Mystic enchants on, well, you're going to be a pretty bad healer. Here you can see I already have some specializations available. I wonder if those came with the other ones or what, but you can switch your specialization, and as you can see, all of my mystic enchants switch. So I have three available spots where I can put new enchants in here for Spec 2. So I can set Spec 2 to have Holy or Ret enchants. So I can swap specs over to Ret with Spec 2, and then I can come over here and swap to my Ret Mystic enchants with my Mystic enchant Spec 2 as well. Whereas you can see my Spec 1 is set up kind of for the few Mystic enchants I've got so far that I think will benefit me as a Protection Paladin. The thing that I'm confused about, so actually I'm not sure if I got 2 and 3 for free. I don't know if these just come as they are, or if these came with the specialization things I just used from the war chest, but you do have 2 additional ones here, and it says used to unlock Mystic Enchanting specialization at an enchanting altar, can be obtained from other players at the auction house or the Ascension shop. So basically, if I went to an altar, I could use these 2 to unlock Spec 4 and 5. I think I might just sell them. I'm not going to lie. I mean, there's Ret, there's Prot, and there's Holy, and I have a spec for each of them. I don't think I'm going to use those ones myself. You also get 3 of every Titan Scroll, which I'm going to hover over briefly. If you'd like to read what they do, you can pause them. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with these by now, but if you're not familiar with them, you activate them while you're in a certain zone, and you get a corresponding buff based off which one you activate while you're in that zone for up to an hour at a time, and they stack up to 5 times. So if you're in Stranglethorn Vale and none of these are active, the war chest actually gives you 3 of them, so you can get 3 of every buff for an hour while you're in Stranglethorn. Everybody else in Stranglethorn will get them too. Super cool, super helpful. Everybody will love you for popping them in zones where there isn't any active. Earlier, I showed you guys the Bazaar exchange where you can turn your Bazaar tokens in for transmog items, but you also get 5 of these Ethereal box of wares, which are soulbound until you open them. So we're going to play the slot machines and open these and see if we get anything cool. We got a broken whiskey bottle. I don't think that's worth anything. That's kind of cool. So with these, oh, I got another one out of that. I opened it and it opened a new one from it. That's pretty cool. With these, you see they're BOE, so you could list these on the auction house and try to sell them, or you can straight up equip them and you'll unlock them in your Vanity, which means this transmog becomes available to this character on this realm, every character on this realm, and it also becomes an available transmog on every character on every other realm as long as you have a Vanity sync. Next up, we got the Lion's Sight Omen Sword. That thing's kind of dope, actually. Gloss Lower Jaw Back Sheath. The Notorious Gladiator's Chopper. And another Ethereal box of wares. Vault Guardian's Poleaxe. And last but not least, a Pirate Hat. So you guys can end up getting something better than me. You can end up getting something worse than me. But at the end of the day, it's just a couple transmogs you can add to your Vanity collection, or you can try to sell them for a few gold. Maybe you get lucky and hit a big ticket item and make bank. I don't really know how they work. I don't know if you can get any transmog from them or what, but good luck opening them. We looked like we were almost finished going over everything, but we weren't, because I had a bunch of stuff in my mailbox waiting for me. The Book of Artisans, something I already know, something I'll be able to sell. This is a companion pet, which I can actually pull out and show you guys. Book of Artisans, we'll summon it. When you right click on this guy, you can train anything profession related. So you don't have to run back and forth between trainers. You can just come in here. You see I have 115 blacksmithing, so I can learn the bronze axe. It still does have the cost of the training, but still the convenience of being able to summon this and train it anywhere. Maybe you're out mining and you go and hit 75 mining out of 75 mining. You can just bust this bad boy out and train it up to 150 instead of having to go back to a capital city and train it, which is super, super nice. We have some other things. Consume this scroll to summon an enchanting altar in Stormwind City or Orgrimmar. That's super nice. This is one of those things that's similar to the Titan Scrolls. Just makes everybody mounted up, move 25% faster in the zone for an hour. You get 3 of those. You get Featherfall, which reduces the fall damage in this zone by 100%. I would assume it lasts an hour. This increases the movement speed while dead in the zone by 100%. This one is super good if you're smelting or like skinning, herbing, mining. This one is really good if you're sitting in a capital city just doing tons of crafting. This one actually combined with this one would be super good for somebody that has a ton of ore and can smelt and then blacksmith it. That'd be a really good combination. And then you also get the Warcraft Reborn Book of Ascension. Basically what this does is it'll give you a book. This is the Destined Book of Ascension. This is from Seasonal or something else. It's the same exact thing. It just looks a little different. And when you summon one of these Books of Ascension, you'll be able to train all of your abilities wherever you are. So, oh my god, you hit level 30. What a power spike. Let's go train at Stormwind, or let's go train at Orc. Nah, let's not. Let's drop this book and just train right here and keep questing. Super good, super cool stuff. Like I said, with everything else, I already have this and I already have this. So instead of using them, I'm going to try and sell them on the auction house for some gold. So here in my bank's kind of a better look at all the things I didn't end up using, all the buffs you can get for while you're in a specific zone for a set amount of time, which makes leveling super convenient, and all the things I didn't use that I can end up selling. The next thing, the thing I was honestly most excited for and honestly most nervous for, is the Bronzebeard Warchest. Choose a class. Basically, this comes with a mount, a cosmetic set, and a companion pet based off the class you pick. I'm going to use it on my Paladin. I'm assuming it's going to give me a set for Paladin. And oh man, I hope it's not garbage. It's bind when used. It's probably super, super valuable. And I'm super, super finicky with my transmog sets, man. I hope it's a cool set. I hope it's a cool set. Oh, okay, no, it does. It pops up and asks you which set you want. Honestly, on Area 52, the transmog rules are super, super lenient. Like, there are none. Like, you can transmog plate to cloth or cloth to plate. There's no like class restrictions. On here, I would assume it's the same, but it may not be the same. Like, if you're not a hunter, you might not be able to transmog the set. I haven't looked into it. That's something you guys can check for yourself very easily. But we are going to take the Paladin one. And we're going to start getting nervous. The Dawnforge Ram. I wonder if it's a Dawnforge Ram for every Paladin, or if it's just a Ram because I'm a dwarf. That's interesting and kind of cool. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. And it's kind of sick. I like that. Next up, we have the Guardian. Ancient Guardian of Dawn teaches you how to summon this companion. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. My problem with pets is that I always have like a loot bot out. Like, I'll have a loot bot out, or I'll have like a book out for training and stuff like that. So I don't know how often I'll actually use this pet, but it is kind of cool looking. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the big one. Battle Plate of the High Lord. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys decide if you like it or not. So like I said earlier with the transmogs, this gear is actually considered cloth armor, so I'm pretty sure you can pick any class you want and cross transmog between classes, and you can put, you know, leather gear on your plate guy or plate gear on your leather guy. It doesn't really matter from what I'm guessing, since the gear is cloth. And then for those of you that don't know, this is now a part of my vanity, so I'm actually just going to delete these to get them out of my inventory. So that about wraps up everything we got from the chest, and in conclusion, I think without a doubt this was a worthwhile purchase. The vanity sync is something a player like me really needed to get everything that I've unlocked on other realms, and that was already 60 donator points. Which means everything else I showed you that was not the vanity sync only cost me 40 DP. Because if I was just going to get the vanity sync, it was going to be 60 DP anyway. But for 100 DP, I got the vanity sync, which is 60% of that price. And then for 40 DP, I got all this bank space. I got a personal bank and all the extra tabs and everything that comes with that. I got dual specialization. I actually got 2 extra spec swaps. I got 4 30-slot bags. I got an entire transmog set. I got a mount. I got all these buffs for when I'm in a zone I don't like and no one else has the buffs popped. I can just throw these on and fly through that zone like nothing. I also ended up with several hundred gold worth of things I can sell to other players. And free riding. So even if you have a lot of the stuff that comes with the chest, like I already did, you still get tons of value from things that you don't have, like the extra talent slots and stuff. So basically, if you need the vanity sync, not only do you get that, you make a bunch of gold off selling the stuff you already have in your vanity collection. And then if you don't, if you're a newer player and you don't have a lot of stuff in your vanity, the sync may not be the best reason to get it, but I still feel like you end up with so much of the core items you really need as an Ascension player. The books, the feathers, the dual specs. So whether you have a huge vanity collection or not, I feel like this is a worthwhile purchase. I actually really do think that. And if you're somebody that's free to play and doesn't want to put any money into the game, as I mentioned earlier, you can just start saving up your gold and get these things piece by piece. Buy the Book of Ascension, buy the Book of Artisans, buy your mount riding, buy the extra specializations off the auction house. Really, you can't go wrong without buying it, but if you are interested in buying it, I really think it covers the cost by a lot. It's probably like 200, 300 DP worth of things for 100.